I'm 55 years old. And not a scratch on me up until now, you son of a bitch. Since we're family, right, and we're close as cluck, I feel like I can say this to you. Because right now, I'm in a situation where, and let me know if you can relate to this. There's this person, female, that likes me, right? And I'm talking really likes me. And she's very aggressive about it. Like, she doesn't hurt me or anything, but like, she will not let up. Like, no matter how much I say no, right? No matter how much I don't pay her no attention, no mind. I mind my business, right? No matter how much I ignore her, she's always watching me. She's always on me. She's always talking to me. She's always doing something to get my attention. Girl, get off my, please. God. It's like no matter what I do, what I say, she still, it's like it's not getting through her head. Gosh. But her friend is bad as hell. Sexy as a mother clucker. But her, nah. She would not let up, no matter what I do. Like I said, she doesn't hurt me physically, but like, she's very aggressive. It's so, did I get it? There's a nut in here, mother clucker. Sup?
Number 15.
No
mask. Reporters around the world have had to deal with an assortment of harassment. Foyo Voco faced a completely different form of heckling right before going live. Two men approached and demanded Voco's and his crew's belongings. At first, he wasn't sure what was happening and believed the men were only being disruptive. Once the piece came out, it became clear as to what the men's motivations were.
Hey, we're being mugged. We're being mugged.
Nah, you being mugged. I'm not. I'm the camera person right now. You got me clucked up. If I seen that shit, I wouldn't have said nothing to you, reporter. I would have. If I was a cameraman and I see those two mother cluckers coming our way, bitch, I'm dropping the camera if it's not already on the tripod. Nah, I'm not messing with that. They don't pay me nearly enough for me to risk my life each and every day to come out here. And it's dark as hell. You got me clunked up all the way to the max. Oh, shit. Is that a hospital? Wow, that's ironic. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, you couldn't pay me enough to be, on a consistent basis, being out there. Nah, you couldn't do it. And he was all calm. He was all calm with it, like, hey, what's going on here? Nah. I'm causing the scene as I'm hauling ass, and I try to make it rhyme. I suck.
Voco and his crew were only seconds away from going live with their report when the men appeared. Despite the scary situation, the men were not clever enough to conceal themselves from the camera, and their faces are clearly visible.
Idiots.
They were quickly identified. All the news crew came out uninjured, and Voco gave an in-person interview about the incident. Members of the KTVU station were startled by a commotion and a man running away. A few feet away, the crew from nearby KNTV began screaming as a man approached them and hit the cameraman.
Hold on.
I would have just run.
There's an incident out here.
Nah.
The suspect then grabbed both crews' cameras.
Yeah. You about to be a part of that incident. I seen those two people coming my way. I'm still running. I can give two shits about the cameraman. Oh, if I was a camera person, I can give two shits about you, the reporter. Like, each and every day that we're out here is a risk. So if something pop off, which more than likely it will, I'm not sticking around. No, I don't care how much money they pay me. I'm not. You only get one life. Cluck? So if I see somebody coming our way, I'm already gone. I'm already 6 miles out. Best believe that.
Into a car, his face briefly shown before the footage ends. Police were able to take the suspect into custody, and nobody was seriously harmed in the incident. Number 14, North Hollywood Incident. The morning of February 28th, 1997, echoed with loud bangs in North Hollywood, Los Angeles. Two heavily armed men robbed a Bank of America branch. Upon exiting the bank, the men found themselves surrounded by LAPD officers, but showed no fear as they attempted to escape. Officers attempted to retaliate, but their efforts were stopped by the men's heavy armor.
When I heard the bullet that hit behind the pool, at that moment I was pretty scared.
When I heard the bullet pop off, at that moment I decided to haul ass and cluck everybody that I was with.
Two of the witnesses that day were reporter Jorge Vieira and his cameraman John Guerrera. The two worked for KVEA-TV, a local Spanish language news, and were the first news to arrive on the scene. Ducked behind several parked cars, Vieira reported despite what was happening only feet away from him. At one point, Vieira mistook one of the men for a police officer and moved closer towards him. It wasn't until he was too close that he realized his mistake and remained in cover. Thankfully, Vieira and Guerrera survived the ordeal. The incident was a changing point in police history, and many credit it with the beginning of police being more heavily equipped. Number 13, Beyond Duty. Not all heroes wear capes, and not all reporters are only interested in capturing the next scoop. During Hurricane Harvey between August 17th and September 2nd, 2017, Texas experienced massive flooding which affected nearly 50,000 homes.
Damn.
One of the hardest hit was Houston and the surrounding area. During the calm of the storm, KHOU 11 reporter Brandy Smith and photographer Mario Sandoval were filming on an elevated freeway when they came across a semi-truck in over 10 feet of water. With its driver trapped inside, his doors were held shut by the force of the water, and his cabin was quickly filling inside. Much to Smith and Sandoval's relief, a sheriff car was passing by towing a boat behind it. Smith flagged down the sheriff's deputies and asked them to help, and the two men quickly sprang into action. While assessing the situation, one of the deputies revealed that a year before, they had to dive in the same location to recover a driver who passed away in a completely submerged semi-truck. The driver was rescued thanks to Smith's actions, and the two of them later appeared on Ellen to share their story. Number 12, The Lion's Jaws. The lion is the nickname King of the Jungle, and for good reason. Telegraph journalist Charlie Starmer Smith was in South Africa at an animal sanctuary to film himself with the lions. Clearly nervous from the beginning, Smith steps into the lion's cage and is assured by the handler it is safe to pet the lion's belly.
Okay, but if it's safe, why you not in here with me? Huh? If it's safe for me to be in the same cage, in the same space, in the same closed environment with a lion, why are you not in here with me? You just told me why that is safe. So what the? Why is it that the second I went in here, you closed the door faster than a guy that didn't realize the condom broke and got a call 9 months later from old girl talking about some
yeah. You gonna be the baby father So, I'm gonna need you to... Oh, you said you in Florida. But I told you I moved to California. I'm not going there, so you best believe you bringing your ass over here to California. I don't care how you get here ASAP. Within minutes. And God, I hope you got the new Adidas 2000s. Because that's the only way you're going to get over here in minutes.
From Florida to California? Oh, man. That's the only way. You got me clucked up. There's not no amount of money in the world that you can give me to be in a closed cage or in a closed space with a lion. A fully grown adult lion. And I be seeing some of those videos on Twitter or Instagram where the lion or the tiger, whatever, is hugging, a person. Do you realize that animals can snap at any given time? No matter how long or how much you raise that animal? Animals are like humans. They can snap at any given time. Everybody has their breaking points.
It's all fine, but the lion begins biting at Smith's shoes and sleeve.
Who was that?
Hey, bueno.
After the handler gets the lion away, it appears to scratch him, but the handler assures Smith he is just playing. After a second attempt to calmly pet the lion, it once again begins to bite at his sleeves and pant legs. For over a minute, the lion scratches and bites Smith as the handler works to get the lion away from Smith. Thankfully, all scratches were minor and not conducted out of pure aggression on the lion's part.
I bet you.
It was only playing, but had Smith shown any weakness or had panicked, it is possible the lion would have done much worse. Smith managed to walk away alive. Number 11, London is burning. When unrest occurs, fires will follow. London was the epicenter of a massive incident between August 6th and 11th, 2011.
I know I wasn't the only person that heard that. I know it's not my part. So it has to be on top 15s that heard there was two voices. That was weird. Kind of scared the shit out of me.
Metropolitan Police took the life of unarmed Mark Duggan. The outrage spread throughout the UK, with shops, homes, and vehicles looted and burned. A group of BBC journalists were driving and filming one of the areas affected, with smoke filling the streets and people swarming all around. Every shop they passed was being looted, and burned out cars blocked some of the streets. The chilling thing is how calm everyone is, with one of the reporters described as sauntering down the street as if in a supermarket aisle. Then, without warning, the rioters turned on the news van, and a rock was thrown through their window, causing the driver to put his foot down and speed off. Several more rocks can be heard hitting the side of the van.
Keep going. We've just been attacked. A rock has come through the window, and they're continuing to attack us.
As they frantically tried to return to the police line, thankfully the crew escaped unharmed. Number 10, trapped in Mosul.
What?
The situation in Syria and northern Iraq has been a major story, and the rise of Daesh. Throughout 2014, Daesh became a subject of worry after the group managed to take over much of eastern Syria and northern Iraq, with the peak of its campaign in early June when it captured the Iraqi city of Mosul, the country's third largest city with over 2 million inhabitants. CNN correspondent Arwa Damon and camera operator Bryce Lane were embedded with Iraqi special forces, traveled with them in an armored car as they entered the suburbs of Mosul. The convoy was under immediate fire. Then they get boxed in an alley blocked by cars and other debris. As the city waits for the roads to get cleared, they interview several civilians trapped in the city. To the group's horror, their tires are all flat and they become trapped in enemy territory. They all take cover in a house as things continue to escalate.
We hear the hiss of a tire losing air.
More disturbingly, Daesh also filmed the battle only feet away from where the crew was. The crew bunkers down through the night, and after over 20 hours, reinforcements finally arrive and evacuate everyone. Number 9. Tyler Courthouse. The courthouse in Tyler, Texas became the scene of a major battle on February 24th, 2005. David Ario made his way to the courthouse to confront his ex-wife and son. The two had recently gotten divorced, and Ario was enraged at the court's decision. As his ex-wife and son walked towards the courthouse doors, Ario ambushed them, taking the life of his ex-wife. Several officers inside attempted to confront Ario, but were forced to retreat. During the incident, a news crew was inside one of the courtrooms when this started. Everyone in the room dropped to the floor. And
where the hell was the security at? If you ask me, the security in that, if any, in that building, in that courtroom, sucks. Pause on that. All I'm saying is the security sucks, or if it was security, they could have been in cahoots with the homie, not the homie, I don't know why I said that, with the dude that assaulted the wife and the kid. Granted. Oh, wow, this gnat is getting on my nerves. Granted, the wife and kids didn't have no Adidas on, or any Adidas anything. I'm trying to get this gnat. This gnat is getting on my clucking nerves. So, I mean, man, that's rough. That's rough. Yo, come on. The tiniest things irritate the hell out of me.
officer kept the defendant subdued in order to prevent him from making a dash in the confusion. At one point, the crew's cameraman decided to venture outside in order to capture what was going on.
What?
But made it no further than a few steps before his nerves got the better of him, and he rushed back into the courtroom to take cover. Outside news crews captured officers swarming the area in order to prevent Ario from escaping. Unfortunately, Ario had already driven off, and a short chase ensued. After Ario was rammed by a car, he had his life taken when attempting to retaliate.
Damn.
In the end, Ario's wife, a civilian, and Ario were the only people who passed away during the incident. Number 8. Chaos in Ferguson. In 3 separate instances, Ferguson became chaotic after police took the life of Michael Brown, an unarmed African-American teen who was walking home with friends on August 9th, 2014.
Damn.
The same day, people flocked to the streets to voice their anger. For 2 weeks and 2 days, the streets of Ferguson were rife with chaos. News stations from across the states gathered to capture the chaos, but often found themselves in the line of fire. During the second wave between November 24th and December 2nd of the same year, a result of the officer involved being acquitted of charges, CNN reporter Sarah Snyder was discussing several fires near her when a rock was thrown at her, causing her to momentarily duck down in pain.
Inside whether it's... Sorry,
Rock hit me. You know what? Cluck this. Cluck all of this. I'm out. Sorry. Not sorry. Oh, and I expect my paycheck for the rest of this month. Just saying. You got me clucked up. Who the hell do that? Huh? Oh, for real? Nobody gonna speak up? Nobody gonna speak the cluck up? So, are you serious? Nobody's gonna admit who threw the rock at me. Okay, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. Okay. See, I didn't want to have to do this, but this is on everybody, including you, cameraman, including you, cause you were sus from the moment I met you. But this is what we doing. Okay. Okay, nobody wants to admit that they threw a rock at me. Okay. Alright. I didn't want to have to do it, but now I got to cluck all of y'all up. Bow, I just did it. You want to see me do it again? Just saying. Oh, you want to know how I did it? It's because I have the Adidas 3000s on. You don't even see me coming. And if you do, it's my after image, bitch.
Snyder was okay and assured the viewers and station as much before continuing her report. However, another reporter who was also live interrupted her, saying he could still see rocks falling down around her, and urged her to leave the area. In another incident, a crew from Al Jazeera were preparing for a broadcast with the police in the background, when without warning or reason, police fired a tear gas canister right at them.
Wow.
Another crew nearby caught the incident on tape and shows the crew running from the rising gas. The police are then shown rushing to the site and dismantling their lights and cameras. It is unknown what their motivations were, but there has been speculation it was a form of media censoring. Number 7. Tear gassed. For nearly 2 years, Greece erupted into a near revolution in response to the rising debt crisis and major cuts to services by the then government. All across the country, particularly the capital of Athens, people took to the streets, where they often clashed with police and far-right demonstrators. RT correspondent Sarah Firth and her photographer were caught in the middle of one clash when tear gas canisters were fired in their direction, covering the surroundings in thick white smoke and deafening them with loud bangs.
And the tear gas literally going off right now as we speak. You can see that on the road. The tear gas...
Lady, how much are you getting paid? That's a dangerous ass place to be in. That's a dangerous ass area to be in. How much are they paying you? That's crazy. What people would do for some views, for some money, for some popularity, for some... I'm gonna get that net if it oh my god. For like anything, like, yo, you don't have to do this. You don't. Lady, if you keep this up, you will get injured. Worst come to worst, you die, but like, come on, man. Gosh.
As we speak, the protesters and the police are still clashing at the
You had to get clucked up. See what I'm saying?
Despite becoming overwhelmed with tear gas, Firth managed to continue her report for several minutes before retreating. Succumbing to the gas, Firth and her photographer collapsed to their knees. Firth and her photographer spent several minutes in the gas and were suffering. Worst yet, protesters around them were taking their frustration out by shoving the photographer and offering them no assistance. Thankfully, a good Samaritan came to their aid, providing them with cold water, medicine, and escorting them to EMTs. Because of this, the two were able to quickly recover and continue the reports. Number 6. Falling from the sky. News choppers are great for getting aerial shots for a variety of reasons, from ongoing events to weather to traffic. Unfortunately, horrible incidents are known to happen. Most famously, a major incident in Phoenix occurred on July 27th, 2007.
What was that?
Crews from KNXV-TV and KTVK were in the air reporting on a police pursuit of a man in a work truck. At one point during the chase, the man abandoned his vehicle and attempted to take another work truck, but workers were rushing him to attempt to stop him. As the situation was unfolding, both helicopters got too close to each other and collided. Over Steel Indian School Park, the live feed quickly went to static, and confused station crew believed a connection error had occurred.
You think? My God.
We don't know what has just happened right
Yes,
now.
you do.
Other news choppers in the area, who were also covering the pursuit, suddenly changed their priority after they saw the smoke of both choppers rising from the ground in the aftermath. Immediately after, all choppers were ordered to leave the area. In order to prevent any further incidents, both reporters and pilots passed away, but
Damn.
nobody on the ground was hurt as they landed in an open, unpopulated area. Number 5. Rubber rounds. In the aftermath of the 2016 presidential election, across the country, tens of thousands of people demonstrated their displeasure at the results. During several of these events, things became unruly, and police resorted to tear gas and rubber rounds in order to disperse the growing crowds and clashes between supporters and opposers. KOI and 6 News reporters were in Portland filming the event when things went south quickly. Tear gas and flashbangs went off all around, and rubber rounds went flying as people scrambled to get away.
That breaks my heart when I see people acting like that. And I know it's not their fault. I know it's not their fault acting, them acting like that and rioting and just causing all kinds of mess. But like, it just breaks my heart when I see, when I see that. It's like, is there ever going to be a time when it's just peace? I mean, I know it's maybe hard to believe, but like, I mean, part of me, thinks that one day we're going to have peace, full peace. No rioting, no fighting, no anything. I just hate when I see stuff like that. I mean, I don't hate it because I don't hate anything, but like, I really dislike stuff like that. God. That's rough.
Injured onto the streets, reporter Cole Miller was in the process of aiding a fallen man when several flashbangs blew in his vicinity.
Wow.
And then he was hit with a rubber round in his lower back.
Oh.
This in turn led him to retreat to safety, where he was assessed by medical volunteers and determined to be okay. Number 4. Just in time. Expect the unexpected, and you may just save your life. This was the lesson a KTVU journalist in Northern California will never forget. Alex Savadich was at a busy intersection talking about a recent train derailment when suddenly 2 cars drive into each other, sending one right towards the crew. The reporter heard the noise and quickly dodged out of the way before the car took him out.
Situation for...
That is so scary.
Everyone was okay. Even the camera itself avoided damage as it was able to stay upright and continue filming. Number 3. 1992 LA. For 5 days in 1992, Los Angeles was lit up like a Roman candle. After the Rodney King verdict came in, people gathered outside the courtroom and began taking out their anger on the courthouse. Things became more heated at the corner of Florence and Normandy, where a large mob began throwing rocks at passing cars and pulling random drivers from their vehicles. From there, things escalated quickly throughout Los Angeles. The unprepared LAPD quickly called in every available officer back to duty, including recalling those on vacation and members of the LA County Sheriff. In Koreatown, merchants had their shops broken into and looted. Several angry shop owners were being interviewed by a local TV crew. When they suddenly went back into their stores, they then spent time firing at various individuals they believed to be threats. The TV crew ducked back and filmed the ordeal, which eventually culminated with the merchants engaging in a firefight with individuals who pulled up. The ordeal ended when then-President George H.W. Bush authorized the mobilization of the 7th Infantry and 1st Marine Divisions to aid police in regaining control of the situation. Number 2. Miracle Valley. Between 1978 and 1980, 300 members of the Christ Miracle Healing Center and Church, many from Chicago and Mississippi, moved into the area surrounding the former Bible College. Controversy raised further when authorities discovered up to 10 members had passed away, including 5 children, due to the church's refusal to seek proper medical attention, instead attempting faith healing. After tensions reached its peak, several members of the congregation took their own lives with dynamite. For use still under speculation, national and local news stations were attracted to the situation and converged on Miracle Valley, interviewing both members of the community and members of the church. However, the latter people were not trustworthy of outsiders, as one crew found out as they were setting up to conduct a report. Several women from the church pulled up in a car and began striking them with hammers and other objects. The crew had to quickly dismantle their equipment and literally jump into their moving car to escape. Unknown to all involved, another crew nearby caught the ordeal on tape. After the footage aired, all sympathy towards the church was squashed, and they all became vilified. On October 23, 1982, members of the sheriff's office entered the compound to arrest members suspected to be involved in the dynamite incident, resulting in a massive conflict between police and church members. In the aftermath, nobody was charged, but the church slowly faded into obscurity. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. I recently released...
For the next video. Oh, it's coming. Right after this. I got you. Darkness prevails. I see you.
To give it a watch. It's also linked in the description below. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button.
Not pink, rose gold.
Notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Number 1, best friend, worst enemy. Abby Ninsgoda was attempting to interview Rhode Island resident Melissa Lawrence, whose daughter had been hospitalized by a neighbor during a graduation party. She survived, but Lawrence was clearly feeling the stress of this incident. When Nesgoda showed up at her door, Lawrence was instantly hostile, throwing rocks towards the crew. Then, more frighteningly, Lawrence orders her dogs to attack Nesgoda as she and the photographer fled down the street. In another incident, reporter John Gordon was doing a report on police dogs and was interviewing canine officer John Best with his new dog Pedro. The interview starts off well, and Gordon gently pets Pedro on the head. Best was confident things would go well, but also did not know Pedro's personality all that well since they were just assigned to each other. At one point, Gordon reaches up with his other hand and places it on Pedro's neck. Because the dog is trained to defend itself, Pedro saw this as an aggressive act and quickly chomped down on Gordon's face.
Oh! You son of a bitch. Really? Really? Now I'm charging you and the dog. I'm charging y'all for tens of thousands of dollars for a scratch on my face. My beautiful ass, gorgeous face, flawless skin face. How dare you mess up this face? How dare you mess up this face, Pedro? And you knew this was going to happen, you son of a bitch. You knew this. And you still let me pet the mother clucker. I'm over here talking about some, I'm petting Pedro. Nice and soft, you know. Meanwhile, you know, I'm starting to get comfortable. So I put my other hand on him. He go fucking grab. Shut up! Shut up! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! You messed up my face. You messed up my beautiful ass, gorgeous, flawless skin face. Oh, you're gonna pay for this. I'm suing you for tens of thousands of dollars. for a scratch on my face. This face has never been messed up since the day I was born. I'm 55 years old. And now the scratch on me up until now, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. One more time. You son of a bitch. Oh man, but yeah. They knew what they was doing. They did it on purpose. You son of a bitch.
Pedro away within a fraction of a second, and Gordon stood up and walked away. He was rushed to the hospital, but luckily only suffered minor cuts. Gordon learned an important lesson to remember the personal boundaries of a police dog, and he has since had no hard feelings towards Pedro.
My nose!
Thanks for checking out this video.
My
Be sure to
face!
subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!
See, that's why I can't be a news reporter. Because the second something pop off, the second I feel like I'm in danger, the second my red flags senses pop off, I'm already 6 miles out. I'm leaving you, the cameraman, and everybody that I'm with. And maybe I'll show up back to work. Maybe. Just give me some time to heal. Just give me some time to get my mind right. Give me some time, please. Can't you see that my nose and my face, my whole face is messed up? The dog bit the hell out of me. I need some time to heal. I need 7 years to heal my face. I need tens of thousands of dollars for my face that only has a tiny ass scratch. I need tens of thousands of dollars. You son of a bitch! I might make that to a meme. You know. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna make a meme right now. Straight off the top. I'm saying, you son of a bitch. Alright, so, here we go. When you're failing in class and the last test you get, alright, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. So this is the meme right now. When you failing in class, right, and you do the last test, and for some odd reason you get an A on it, right? You're studying for weeks on end, hours on end, right? And on the test you get an A, right? And since you got an A, you think you good. You're right. You're gonna finally pass this class. When the teacher tells you, you just missed it. Like, you only had 1 point. 1 point was all you needed to pass this class. Really? 1 point? You can't help me out? You can't help me out like you helped out Ashley a couple weeks ago in the bathroom? You can't help me. Oh, you can't help, you son of a bitch. Or when like your neighbor dog, poops on like your yard and you see it and they see you, but they still don't pick up the poop. You son of a bitch. Or like, you go on a double date, you know, and your man's right hooks you up with a hot, sexy female, right? Cause you know your friend, he already got his date, but you don't got no date, right? So he hooks you up with his girlfriend's friend, right? He tells you, oh, she's sexy. Sexy? No. He tells you that his girlfriend's friend is sexy, hot. She got an ass, she got boobs, she got all that, right? But when you see her, you're like, oh, okay, you got jokes. You son of a bitch! This video is so long. Or like, this video is basically over, so you can end it. But like, you know, when your brother or sister, you know, you at work, and your brother or sister texts you or calls you saying, do you want me to save you a plate for like dinner? Because I know you're not going to be here to like eat with us. Yeah, sure, I can save you a plate. So the plate is going to be in the microwave when you come home tonight from work. The plate is in there. The plate is in a microwave. Crumbs everywhere. There's a note on a plate saying, sorry, I ate your food. You son of a bitch! Or like, you know, or like, you never been late for work, and you've been working at your job for 2 years, right? You never been late for work, right? And the one time you're late, which is literally a minute late, or 30 seconds late, no, a minute late, and your manager, your boss, tells you, oh, I'm gonna have to write you up. Oh, but you didn't write up Ashley when she was clocking an hour late almost every week. Oh, you're not gonna write her up. Okay. Alright. Cool, you're gonna write me up. You son of a bitch! I'm done. Hey yo, keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.